Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Friday, the 5th day of July, 2024, Friday of the 13th week of the year, the 13th week in Ordinary Time, and I am in our gymnasium here for the Franciscan School and St. Francis Parish. Again, if you've never seen the gymnasium, I'm here in the gymnasium because it is almost like 110 degrees outside. It is ridiculous, and I left California where it was sunny and where it was 70 degrees and no humidity and things like that. So back in North Carolina again. But in case you have never seen our gymnasium, it is a regulation gymnasium. We had very good donors who helped to build this that the school uses as well as the parish athletics program here. So it's nicer, it's a little bit cooler to be here inside than it is to be outside doing this today. So that's where I am. And on the wall over here, as we always have, it is the prayer before the cross. So that which concludes morning prayer every day at the school. We have it here in the gymnasium. Again, it's a sign as to which, to remember that this is both a place of athletics, but also a place that's connected to places of faith. So it's kind of nice. And so our readings for today on this Friday, the day after 4th of July, hopefully everybody had a good 4th of July. Our readings for today, the prophet Amos continues again with a continuing harangue on the people of Israel for their disobedience and their unfaithfulness and everything else like that. And one of the great lines about what God is going to do to Israel, he's going to make people bald. So even Chris, the new pastor here, and I were having a chuckle about that. So hopefully we have not disobeyed God so much, and that's why we happen to be follically challenged. But again, it is this whole idea that you do bad, God punishes. You do bad, God punishes. You do bad, God punishes. Again, we still have that kind of idea even today, that you do bad, God punishes. You do bad, God punishes. But then Jesus comes and shows that's not necessarily the way to understand it. And again, bad things happen, yes, and bad things, occur in our lives, and they seem to happen to good people and all kinds of things like that. But is it from the hand of God? Is God punishing because we have sinned? Is God punishing because we have done wrong? Is God punishing because God doesn't like us? Anything else like that? Well, it's an interesting kind of thing. We've gone through all of these weeks of the Book of Kings and now Amos, again, other prophets, about how God is punishing Israel for its unfaithfulness. Come today to Matthew's gospel and the encounter he has with Matthew, the tax collector, author of the gospel. Tradition holds, in many ways that he is. But Matthew, a tax collector, someone, again, whose lifestyle was egregious, whose lifestyle was horrific, because he not only took money for Rome, took taxes, for Rome from his brother and sister Jews, but he also then took extra money so that he could make a salary from this. So he was gouging, not caring about his brothers and sisters, not caring about their welfare, not caring about the fact that they might not be able to pray and could become destitute because of what he was doing and what he was demanding. All of this, again, that served, it seemed, his own selfishness and his uncaring attitude for his brothers and sisters among the Israelites. And so be hated, be marginalized, be despised, be again, the worst person ever, because what you did was turn your back on your brothers and sisters for money and to be able to help that which was the oppressor. And who does Jesus go to say, I want to eat at your house, or I want to dine with you? It is Zacchaeus in Luke, but it is Matthew here in Matthew's gospel. Again, perhaps a little insight into Matthew's own biography. And of course, the scribes and Pharisees are fit to be tied about all of this. They are infuriated by the fact that Jesus would go ahead and eat with these sinners, because other people who collect taxes also come over to Matthew's house, it seems, and they're all dining with Jesus and having a great time, it seems. But the Pharisees and tax collectors are, how can you do this? How can you be in the presence of somebody who is our blood-sucking enemy, who is somebody who is trying to destroy us left and right and support that which oppresses us? And Jesus basically turns to them and says, have you not read that I desire mercy and not sacrifice? Again, this way in which Jesus, again, helps us to understand that whole point of what mercy is. It's not feeling sorry for people. It is not having pity upon people. It is not putting somebody in an inferior position to you because you could have hurt them and you didn't. Mercy is understanding people. Mercy is understanding the hills and valleys that they have gone through. Mercy is looking into the heart and finding out why somebody acts or even became the person they did, because it is not because of God's punishment. punishment that this person is hated is because of the choices that they are making, which no one has given them any other alternative but to choose those choices. And here God says, give them something different. Give them something more. Give them another way to look at themselves, another way to look at life, and see what happens. That's what happens to Matthew. He moves away again, perhaps from becoming a tax collector in the way that he was, to then becoming an apostle and then an evangelist. Again, it happens because Jesus looked into his heart and saw the more that people were not willing to see and did not want to see. That now is our task, to look into each other's hearts, to always see the more, and to allow that which is more in us to shine with the brilliance and glory of God. A blessed day, St. Francis and people of God. May you keep cool in this heat, and may the Lord give you his peace.